Well, we're back from our bug infestation, and what the hell's going on with you?
What do you mean?
What, are you a Quintesson today?
I was testing some things out. Kind of just experimenting, really.
Okay. You're like a Quintesson, except with only 2 faces of darkness. So...
Yeah. Yeah, I could put 2 more in here, but the problem is, that kind of misses out on the 5th one.
You could be like Alpha Q and have 4 faces, and then the 5th one is inside.
Yeah, maybe.
Kier says, Pharaoh Man, now I got your power, gets punched. Still one of my favorite moments from the Mega Man cartoon, and so iconic that if you buy the Discotheque DVD box set of the Mega Man cartoon, it includes that on the back of the box.
Nice.
So, because I kind of did a fucky-wucky with the save file for Sonic Unleashed, that's on hold for the time being, and we're going back to Phantom Pain. That was entirely my bad, not a, like, technical difficulty with anything on my computer. That was all me.
No. It wasn't you, Ari. It was the bug.
Well, the bug's been contained for now. I put him in the Roach Hotel.
Yeah, you check in, but you don't check out, eh?
You're thinking of the Painful Acres.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you know that song that Zorak sang from his Psycho musical?
Oh, that was his. I didn't know. I honestly thought it was.
I've shown you that clip before.
Quoting... You did, and I forgot about it, honestly, 'cause it's been a while. But I was actually quoting Wreck-Gar for the Transformers 86 movie. Because that's where I got that from.
Let me just move you back over here. Because Zorak went and screwed up my whole layout.
Oof.
Why is there no game? Oh, yeah. Because he deleted the game capture, that's why.
Damn it, Zorak!
That.
Sounds like he's got to go back in the prison pod.
Oh, he's being overseen by top men. Now, you may be wondering, what do I mean by top men? The answer is a whole bunch of top men from Mega Man. There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, we go.
Also, I took what you said. I took your advice, Ari. Watch.
Boss, I've been meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't...
What am I watching? Oh, more faces.
That was over 10 years ago now.
Nice, eh?
Yes.
For the accident at your base in the Caribbean.
Like, I saw this artwork on DeviantArt, I liked it, and it's PNG, so I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll take it. It's only for, like, it's only me testing things out. I'm not going to use it forever.
Right.
Was working for. I'm sure he didn't. I know that man. He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at.
So we've got some tapes from our boy Huey being interrogated that are important to listen to because it explains what he's been doing for the past 9 years. And, you know, why he's not missing any body parts and hasn't really lost anything in the Mother Base attack, apart from Zeke.
Oh.
Beyond beyond Zero is a void that's even darker. Skullface.
All right, here we go. Emmerich's
Skullface?
9 years. Yeah, that was a speech that we heard at the end of last night. Last time we streamed this, where it's like, Ocelot saying like, "Hey, I don't think Zero is behind everything that's been going on because he's been out of the public eye for like a decade, and that predates when the attack happened. So this Skullface guy usurped control of Cypher from Zero and is trying to wipe you out."
Wipe me out?
Why, you'll see.
It wasn't just Cypher.
Okay.
Back in the Caribbean,
Not you, I
the
mean
world was turned on us.
Big Boss.
Private army.
Oh.
With guns in possession of a nuke. Why wouldn't they be uncomfortable?
And that's why you made sure the inspection happened.
Well, I thought our best move was to prove to the UN through the IAEA that we had no nuke. Of course, I was against us having it in the first place, but that was Snake's decision. The boss
Huey, you were not against having a nuke. You built Zeke to launch nukes.
Well, don't get me wrong, I still believed in Snake. I thought I was making the best decision for all of us, that's all. I figured we should get a third party to exonerate us before proof of the nuke did get out. And who better to do that than an organization with international authority?
So the truth is, you took it upon yourself to agree to an inspection arranged by the UN. Only the inspection was a ruse, and Cypher's strike force, XOF, showed up instead.
I had no idea that would happen.
Enough bullshit!
Oh, sure, like I could have known. You know, I was just trying to prove our innocence to the world. What's wrong with that?
We're not interested in the excuses you've thought up. The truth is objective.
Just see it from my point of view.
You led XOF to the control tower. They seized it, giving them complete control over the base. Moments later, they detonated C4 on the strut legs. Anyone who'd managed to survive was hunted down by the assault force and their choppers.
You can't believe I did that on purpose.
That was the end of Mother Base. But it wasn't the end for you.
How can you... Look, think about it. I lost something too. I built Zeke and it got buried underwater. I am a victim.
That raises the big questions. Why were you the only one spared? You got away without a scratch. Why did Strangelove leave the base on the eve of the inspection? You two were close.
Strangelove?
And how did you manage to build something that surpasses Zeke in every way? Because you did everything they told you. You're the only one who didn't lose a thing. That is the truth.
I was taken away against my will. Skullface forced me to do his research these past 9 years. He used me. I lost 9 years.
9 years. We all lost 9 years. It wasn't just you.
I suppose blaming me makes you feel better, does it? But who's gonna give me back all the time I lost?
You're not getting anything back. You're not a victim here, Emmerich. You're the perpetrator.
I didn't know anything.
Nobody can back that up. Yeah, all the evidence is at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, Huey's a little sussy-wussy ooh-woo.
The type who's fooling himself. That takes time. It's easier to live a convenient lie than a painful truth. Is that the piece you've chosen, Doc?
I'm not lying.
Of course. Just let me check one or two things. On that day, you were in the control tower with them. Lucky you. That's how you got out unscathed. And you escaped on one of their choppers. Only you, right before the base went under.
They had me blindfolded the whole time. I've never been so scared. The whole flight, I thought they'd kill me. But thinking of you kept me going. My comrades, all the way.
And?
There was a plane journey, and then we traveled by road. When they finally took off the blindfold, I was in kind of a warehouse, on the floor. Afghanistan. It was that research lab. I couldn't believe they'd taken me halfway around the world. And soon enough, he came.
Skullface.
He's the one who's really behind that Mother Base attack. He forced me into that research.
What kind of research?
He told me to build a bipedal walking tank for the Soviet Union. Like Peace Walker. A system that could fire an ICBM-class nuclear weapon. That's how the Sahelanthropus project got started.
Sahelanthropus.
Those AI weapons I'd made in Costa Rica were like toys by comparison. A whole world apart from reptilian four-legged crawling and that ridiculous hunched-over bipedal waddling. My design evolved to the dawn of mankind. Sahelanthropus, the first steps towards humanity.
Hey, Coffee Pod, haven't seen you in a bit. How are you doing? We're just listening to Huey being a sniveling little sussy baka.
Was going to be a
Ooh.
manned weapons platform. I designed a cockpit in its head, and I plan to fill it with water as a buffering agent.
Like how Paz modified Zeke for human control.
Don't compare.
Yeah, we're not gonna listen to all of these right now.
Nah.
The main one I wanted to listen to was the one marked in yellow, which is like primary story stuff. Can't stay for long, but I really want to check on y'all. It's been a while. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you.
Please select a landing zone.
All right, we're gonna land
Afghanistan.
over here. And we're gonna take the goodest boy with us so we can recover a blueprint.
Yes.
All right, take us in, Pequod. I forgot. Oh yeah, we got "Blinded Me with Science" as our landing music. She blinded me with science.
Mission.
Of course! Don't you know anything about science?
Fun fact: did you know that the guy who wrote and performed "She Blinded Me with Science" also composed the iconic Nokia ringtone?
Did not know that.
Yep, his name's Thomas Dolby.
Hmm.
Well, that's his stage name. I can't remember what his real name is. He used to call himself just Dolby, but then the company behind the Dolby sound system was like, dude, you can't just call yourself Dolby. So he's like, fine, I'll be Thomas Dolby. So this is probably going to be the one side mission we do before moving on to our next story mission, which is going to Africa.
Do we bless the rains down in Africa?
That's what the title of the stream says.
I did not see the title of the stream. That's my defense. Like I was thinking that up before I even saw the stream title.
Like I said, single brain cell and all that.
Yep.
Ooh, what are these wild animals ahead of us? They're wolves. I'm gonna extract some wolves. I still haven't gotten to Africa yet. Africa takes up like a significant chunk of the game compared to Afghanistan. At least for like all of this stuff that we're doing, similar to Peace Walker, all this main story content that we're doing is chapter 1. And then chapter 2 is basically like an epilogue. Which, spoilers for, the progression system of chapter 2. It's similar to Peace Walker, where, like, you have to complete story missions that don't actually really advance the plot in order to unlock the scenes that do advance the plot. Except it's nowhere near as drawn out as it was in Peace Walker. And it gives you a good clue on which ones to do to advance the plot instead of just kind of leaving you to figure it out on your own. But I will say, look forward to a somewhat unsatisfying ending, given that, like I've mentioned many times, the game is unfinished, objectively so.
Oh, jeez.
And it never will be finished unless Konami decides to, 10 years after this game came out, which, yes, that does make me feel old, decide to finish up the mission that was meant to serve as an ending to Chapter 2 storyline.
The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Analysis.
Looks like we gotta do some well, actually, we probably don't need to do some interrogating, because there's really only 1 or 2 places that the blueprint could be.
Sure.
Given that the power plant here doesn't really have any interiors you can explore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't start getting buildings with interiors, really, until we get to Africa.
Ah.
But for the sake of it, I'll still interrogate this guy.
Tell me everything!
There we go. Blueprints are now marked. And I'll steal him as well.
No one will ever know!
Unless they happen to see that balloon flying by, then they'll know.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Wrong button. Let's see. The blueprints are...
Excuse me.
That's a good question. Where is the blueprints? It didn't mark it on the map like it was supposed to. It's probably in the, lab past here, or I could go inside that building. I'll ask this guy, too. Wake up.
Sun will set shortly.
Need a 4-wheel drive check here? No, I don't need a 4-wheel drive, but I'll probably steal that, too. Meanwhile, Dee Dee's like, I'm just happy to be here.
You gotta extract him.
As he should be.
Yes, because he is goodest boy. To think, Phantom Pain not only gave us goodest boy, it also gave us best girl with Quiet.
Yes.
I'm not even talking about how sexy her design is. I find her personality adorable.
Never heard Quiet actually talk. Does she? Does she talk at all,
I
or
can't
is
say... You're asking me for spoilers, dude.
Damn it.
I can't confirm one way or the other whether she talks. By the way, can she bust it down? She probably could.
Complete.
Like, the actress that plays her, Stephanie Houston, is apparently really talented at mocap.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Alright, blueprint's right here, I believe. There we go.
Side ops list.
And we'll take out their communications as well, because fuck these guys in particular.
Arrived at Mother Base.
I guess fuck the Soviet Union, I guess.
Yes. Like, as much as, you know, I want you and Kier, and whenever possible for it to be present for, you know, major plot revelations in this game, I also especially want you and or Kier to be present for the Chapter 2 stuff, because that really, like, ties everything together throughout the entire Big Boss saga and ties it forward into, the Solid Snake saga.
Nice.
Because remember, this was meant to be, the final Metal Gear Solid game.
Hmm.
Here got a new emote. Nice. Also, hopefully soon we should be having a friend of the channel making her VTuber debut, considering her model is currently being sketched out, and she sent me a preview of it, and it looks adorable.
I'm excited to see it when it actually debuts.
I'm going to spoil which friend of the channel it is for you guys. It's Lulu. Because it's not like she's keeping this a secret or anything. I'm just not spoiling what she's going to look like.
Yeah.
But yes, we should be seeing Lulu soon. Sometime within the coming month or so, hopefully.
Eggs.
Hey, thanks for the bits, Kier. And that wasn't a boom, it was more of a bang. Because, actually, it wasn't even a bang, it was more of a snap, because he could have broken his leg doing that. Which, you can break your legs in Metal Gear Solid 5. And then you have to pop them back into their sockets.
Ooh.
Same thing with broken arms.
I not like it, that idea. I not like thinking about that.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Wait, what? Yeah,
that
you can suffer what the game calls serious injuries, which is basically like it limits your ability to fight and move, and it also keeps you from recovering to full health and keeps you at like critical health. And most of the time it's like severe gunshot wounds that you have to apply first aid spray for. But if it's from like a severe melee attack or from a fall, you can break your leg or dislocate your arm. And then you have to pop it back into place before you can get back to full recovery.
Oh boy.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
You're cringing in pain. This game has some pretty, like, cringeworthy in a good way because of how effective it is, injuries and other such, physical stuff. Like, this game does not shy away from making you cringe in pain.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched.
And with that, we're ready to go to Africa. And we're bringing the goodest boy with us.
Of course.
Don't you know
Why
anything
wouldn't you
about
bring the
science?
goodest boy? I mean, I should know. I take biology.
The reason being I'm cringing because I seen it happen. Dude was dislocating his arm for fun to mess with us. I hate that. I hate that string of words.
Why the fuck would someone do that on purpose?
Ah, yes, let's make the stealthiest approach in our salmon pink helicopter.
The target is Angolas upstream from the landing point. A spill has covered the whole area and crude. A pipeline that crosses the Muneni River failed, and now the shore's a mess. Not to mention the villages downstream have no drinking water.
We were like 10, so it makes sense via age, but doesn't make sense as we are older.
Taking it out should end the leak. The client this time is an environmental NGO.
I suppose that makes it better if you were kids and just fucking around, instead of like an adult doing it specifically to disturb you.
Was outdated, abandoned. Then the rebel group United moved in, taking it upon themselves to kickstart operations. United's been rapidly modernizing its arsenal. Rumor has it someone's been selling them U.S. military hardware. Intel's analysis suggests the broker's a front company, Cyphers. Keeping tabs on United can tell us who's pulling its strings.
This is the perfect music to be explained, you know, exposition about local, like, rebel and PMC conflicts. I heard drinking water and my thought was who pissed in the water supply. I mean, the piss is oil in this case. Crude oil. Crude oil! I can't stop drinking oil.
First, make your way to the oil facility.
Ugh.
You know, that bit from the RZ YouTube poop mod that broke us.
Oh, yeah.
And broke Vinny.
Forgot about that. I forgot that.
Apparently it's become a copy pasta now, where people pair it with different, like, you know, preset animations that do text-to-speech.
Guys we fought alongside.
Oh, jeez.
Like, there's one with a sexy witch character, and she's talking about how she can't stop drinking crude oil.
Demand for PFC in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation,
And since Kier asked where in Africa this is, it's Central Africa, on the Angola-Zaire border.
It's been turned into a supply hub for United.
BRB, I'm gonna refill my water. I just realized
Okay.
I am basically out.
Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy. Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
The map has been updated.
I'm getting better at my aim with
Complete.
these newer headphones that don't have nearly as much delay. And to think, I haven't even unlocked the laser sight option for this gun yet. My African geography sucks. Dude, my geography in general sucks. It's why I always preface stuff about foreign nations by saying I'm no geographist. Oh, great. JKR's buzzing and he's not here to fix it. Use landmarks like your aunts. Yeah, I have to use either landmarks or a GPS figure out where I or something else is. We also come across a new predicament once we get to Africa that changes up the way we're going to be approaching some missions. There's a plane hunting me down, that's the buzz. There's no planes that you fight in this game. There are helicopters, though.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Either that or the bees have gotten loose from their captivity. Now, there's a big group of guys over there. I bet you're wondering why there's so many guys grouped over there. Child soldiers. And we're not allowed to lethally engage them, otherwise it's an instant mission failure. And, the current Fulton tech that we have is too dangerous to use on them.
Boss, do not hurt any child soldiers. If you do, the mission is over.
Has been updated.
So, if we do want to extract any child soldiers, which we cannot recruit into our military forces, but does, raise our heroism and gets us GMP, for right now, until we upgrade our Fultons so they're child safe, we have to extract them by helicopter. One by one. And they have to be tranquilized or stunned first.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Bees piloting copters like before in the one mission. No. That was us getting the bee weapon to take down the copter. Or, you know, hypothetically we could use it to take out a copter. We didn't actually get to do that yet. We do get our own bee weapon later. Based on the bee weapon we recovered. Except instead of the honeybee, it's called the killer bee. Not to be confused with Killer Bee from Naruto. No, the mission you got like 3 people and used a helicopter to extract them. Oh yeah, that one. There's a mission coming up in the Africa section where it's an escort mission. Thankfully, it's like the only escort mission in the game that I can recall. It involves escorting a group of child slaves from the diamond mines to the extraction point to get them the hell out of there and get them, you know, somewhere safe. Thankfully, the escort mission's not too bad as long as you're proactive in taking out any potential backup along the way. It's bad if you're going in your first time and don't know that it's gonna turn into an escort mission. But, like, on subsequent playthroughs, you can easily, like, take out anything that would have gotten in your way first. And then it'll be smooth sailing. The only thing that's a downside to it, other than the fact that you still have to extract the soldiers one by one on the helicopter once it arrives, is that one of the child soldiers is injured. So he cannot run. You have to carry him. Which means you can't really fight while holding him because if you get spotted and they start shooting at you, one of the stray bullets could hit the kid and then game over.
Singer's far from squeaky clean.
Okay, this escort mission I can't approve. Yeah, a lot of the missions in this game are set up, so if you're proactive in taking out, like, comms equipment or capturing guard posts before tackling the main mission objective, you can make things easier on yourself. It's also an escort mission that works narratively instead of just feeling forced. So, like, while I'll probably struggle with it a bit when I get to it, because, you know, the Let's Play curse, it was either Nintendo Capri Sun or Chugga Conroy that called it that, where, like, all of your skill disappears once you're on camera or, like, recording yourself. Streamers can probably, relate to that. And anyone who's done Let's Plays in the days when, people actually did Let's Plays. For those VODs or later in chat, I hate slavery with a passion. I don't care what country or time or the story, I hate it with a real passion. Comment. Yeah, I agree. And, like, thankfully, Big Boss takes the stance of slavery is bad as well.
You need to shut down the oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank. The details are on your iDroid.
So what's
we're
this about Big Boss's standpoint on slavery? Because, I mean, I agree with
Oh,
that.
it's
like,
because, there's a mission coming up. Like, we saw that there's some child soldiers here. And the way child soldiers work is that you have to take them out non-lethally. Because if you so much as shoot them with one bullet, it's an instant game over. Because, you know, you can't just go around shooting kids.
of course.
When you're supposed to be the dubious hero. There's a mission later on where you have to escort some, child slaves out of a, heavily armed diamond mine. Or heavily guarded diamond mine, I should say. You don't typically arm the mine itself. Unless you're setting up mines in the mine.
Analysis complete.
I know that the children yearn for the mines, but this is not what they were talking about.
Wait, dig a mine. I'm not gonna even go through with that because I don't know whether or not Disney still copyrights that song.
I mean, Disney copyright claims everything. Even if you so much as sing a few bars of it. That's why it's best to intentionally sing it wrong.
Police supplies.
Yeah. Sad fact is I can't do intentionally singing wrong because I'm so used to
Did
singing
boss
it right.
kill a child yet? No, but there's a mission later on where the boss that we have to fight is a child, and we get to beat the shit out of him non-lethally before capturing him.
Yes, non-lethally beating the fuck out of the kid.
And
See,
it's a very specific child that deserves it. You know who that kid is? Yes, but I would prefer that you not say, because, you know, it's obvious who it is, but there's still a lot that can't be talked about with that kid without delving into major endgame spoilers.
Oof.
The one kid we are allowed to shoot... The one kid that we are allowed to shoot during certain missions is the kid Psycho Mantis. And I just think that's funny. It's like, boss, you can't go around shooting kids. Now hurry up and shoot this kid.
Yeah.
Well, he's a mantis, not a human. I am not touching that with a 39.5-foot pole.
Anti-air radar? One of the targets. Let's put a hole in that air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now.
Given that Psycho Mantis had, you know, not the happiest childhood, I can't help but feel bad for him, even if he is treated as like an eldritch monstrosity in this game. Where, like, in case you haven't noticed, that kid, Psycho Mantis, or Treti Rebenlock, as he's known in this game, he shows up every time that, the Man on Fire shows up. And there's an in-story reason for that.
So what, is the Man on Fire like a figment of our imagination brought on by Psycho Mantis?
No. Surprisingly, Psycho Mantis's powers are not tied to illusions or telekinesis in this game. It's like it's something that we didn't know he could do, and is just kind of freaky deaky, and I like it.
Well, I mean, I knew you were into some freaky deaky shit, dude.
I mean, yeah, I'm into tentacles for starters.
Analysis complete.
And the whole, like, oh, Psycho Mantis isn't a human thing plays into, like, the backstory of how his father hated him and saw him as subhuman.
Oh, jeez.
So Coffee Pot's unintentionally playing into Psycho Mantis's childhood trauma that shaped him to become a terrorist.
Way to go, Coffee Pot!
And then the last thing we see him do, canonically, in the series, in terms of, like, the chronological progression of events in Metal Gear Solid, is appearing as a ghost, to be upset that he can't read your memory card anymore because PlayStation 3s don't use memory cards, they use hard drives. And depending on whether you're playing with a DualShock 3 controller or a 6-axis controller, being upset that he can't move your controller with the vibration because the 6-axis controller, which is the one that the launch model PS3s came with, didn't have vibration.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
By the way, the whole, like,
supposed to be drunk.
The whole,
Yeah, go ahead.
The whole thing with, like, the launch model PS3 controllers, not having vibration is funny to me. Because, like, Sony tried to spin it, as they usually do, with a thing of, like, oh, the 6-axis controller, is so heavily reliant on like, tilt controls that, we weren't able to fit in, the vibration motors. And then it turned out, no, it was because they didn't want to pay royalties for the vibration technology they used. Like, they didn't want to pay royalties to the company that made the vibration motor technology that was used in previous DualShock controllers, and also, like, every vibrating controller except for the Nintendo ones, because they had their own proprietary tech. So Sony was like, okay, well, cheap out on the vibration and say that it was a technological hindrance inherent to the controller's design, and then once we're able to negotiate a good contract with that company, we'll suddenly be able to add vibration motors to the same exact controller design and call it the DualShock 3. Which is just about the most, 7th generation Sony thing possible. Other than, you know, launching a console at $600 in the middle of a recession. Not in the middle of a recession, it was right before the recession. But, also, launching a console at $600 when the competition is at either, $200 or $300 respectively. Like, it's easy to forget that Sony was in a bad spot for the PS3 generation for most of that gen. Because they fucked up their launch so bad that nobody wanted to buy a PS3 unless they wanted to have it as, like, a status symbol for, like, hell yeah, I can afford a $600 console in 2006.
Analysis complete.
Sounds like the same bullshit thing for the PS5.
Well, with the PS5, that's due to, like, ridiculous amounts of inflation in a short amount of time. But what would be more comparable to is the PS5 Pro, where it's like, we know that PlayStation is a top-selling brand, so people will definitely buy an $800 console.
Yeah. Like, I still have not gone in on a PS5 yet, because I'm like, one, even if I could afford it, I don't even think I want to, unless there's, you know, some good reason for me to actually pick it up.
I mean, I picked it up for some specific games. But also there's, it gives the same enhancements, if not better enhancements, that the PS4 Pro did to certain games. So, like, games will run better on PS5 more often than not, even if they're just PS4 games running through backwards compatibility.
Yeah. Sad fact is, I thought most game companies did away with backwards compatibility.
No.
Funny, because the fact is, I thought that was. I think with the PS3, it was like it wasn't backwards compatible after a while.
The PS3 was backwards compatible with PS1 games. The only thing PS5's not backwards compatible with natively is PS3 games, which it has to stream those due to the PS3 having a really fucky architecture that's hard to emulate even nowadays on high-end PCs.
Yeah.
Also, I almost accidentally killed D-Dog, but thankfully you can't the game doesn't let you kill the dog, so he just gets Fultoned out of the area if he's near death.
Good.
They're smart enough to know that they can't let you kill the goodest boy under any circumstances.
Excellent. I'll be RB. I'll still be listening, but I have to quickly vacuum my floor.
Okay. They're sending reinforcements, so I've got to get this done quickly. Obtained emblem word, Snatcher. I know what that's a reference to. I need to stream Snatcher sometime. I have a way to play it now, thanks to, the fine folks over at Stone Age Gamer. Not sponsored, but I am affiliated.
You gotta extract him. There's the transfer pump control room. The emergency stop button is probably inside it.
Ooh, what does this button do? Get ready to see some body horror. Content warning coming up.
Bodies? Why?
Ew.
Yeah. Not just dead bodies with these disgusting growths on their chests where their lungs are.
The enemy is tightened security. Get out of there ASAP.
I wonder if that's going to lead to anything. Spoilers, it
Gee,
is.
I wonder. Damn it, Ari! You said no spoilers, and there you go, spoiled something.
I'm allowed to spoil stuff. Other people aren't.
Uh-huh.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. They've blocked your way out. You see any other escape route? Well, I guess you could just bust through the gate.
And to think I don't have Dee Dee here to help me, because I kind of blew him up.
Oops.
Good thing that guy's got tunnel vision.
Analysis complete.
I go sneaky, 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 sneaky.
Analysis complete.
Can I Fulton these? No, I can't. But I can steal them, and no one will ever know.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Onward, noble steed. I think this thing has a rocket launcher built onto it. Yes, it does.
Nice. Nice.
So, anti-tank rocket launcher. Okay. So, if I do come across any resistance, I'll be well equipped.
Excellent.
You know, I could exfiltrate on foot, but why do that when we can escape in style? Also, because I took out everyone in the oil field, so I can just exfiltrate from there, since I blew up their anti-air radar. Backwards, noble steed! I can't wait until we get our own one of these that we can customize, and he even makes little R2-D2 beep boop noises.
Nice.
I never
I don't know,
used
dude, but I
it.
kind of wish we...
It's called D-Walker, and I never used it on previous playthroughs, but on the separate playthrough that I'm doing on Xbox, I finally started using it. And you know what? Actually a good buddy for fast traversal and combat capabilities. Like a good balance between a combat unit and the D-Horse. With the downside being that's a lot more expensive to deploy on the battlefield. And that it can't act on its own. You have to manually pilot it. Alright, that looks like a mission complete to me.
Development project has been added.
Oh, I recognize all those parts we can build now. That means we can build the D-Walker.
Mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional.
Thank you, Miller. Keep glazing me as much as you want.
Boss, we took another
But yeah,
the owner of the oil field.
I was gonna say that I kind of hope that we can want to get like one of those things in real life one day.
D-Walker?
D-Walkers. Yeah.
D-Walker specifically, not just the Walker gears.
Johannesburg head office is
Yeah.
in a multi-tenant
Because you're going to like D-Walker.
building essentially non-existent. 3 years ago, that investment fund stepped in and started gutting it through a series of mergers and sell-offs. And get this, the fund itself no longer exists either. It's a shell corporation, meaning someone is just using Saner's name from the shadows. But what about those strange corpses? Just what the hell were they doing over there?
They were floating. That's
You'll
what they
float
were
too.
doing over there. D-Walker armament can now be developed. D-Walker can now be customized.
Snake, I've customized a walker gear just for you. It features a silent running system, great for infiltration missions, and you can also summon it to your location. I've taken the liberty of calling it the D-Walker. It's armed with a suppressed tranquilizer gun. If you want to add other weaponry or upgrade the chassis, give the order from your iDroid.
Will do, Huey. God, I always forget how eye-searing the base color is. It's like a hot stream of piss directly into my eyeballs.
Side ops list updated.
I've updated the mission list.
List
We received a
updated.
new job offer. It doesn't doesn't seem connected to Cypher or Skullface at all. But if it goes well, we may get an Afrikaans interpreter. On your iDroid.
Ooh, an Afrikaans
swear,
interpreter. That's going to help us out.
I swear, it seems that Hasbro Pulse is a little drunk today because they sent me a they sent me an email saying how like the shipping date for the Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime Studio Series figure that I ordered has been updated. It's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And they say, oh, it'll be ready to ship on March 23rd.
A landing zone.
You're a bit late on that, Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah, right? Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's already April 2nd.
Maybe they mean March 23rd of next year.
No, it said 2025.
Added.
And if that were the case, I would just cancel it anyway, just go for something from Amazon. Because I know that thing is out in on the main market now. So why is it that Hasbro Pulse can't seem to get it in?
I don't claim to understand anything about how Hasbro operates. I don't think anyone understands.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm highly considering just canceling it and buying it off Amazon at this point. Let's see.
Alright, what are we gonna develop for our D-Walker? Well, we gotta upgrade the... Let's see, we gotta upgrade the pistols. And build a Gatling gun. And the CQC arm. And a new ammo rack.
X-Card on me.
Excard on you, indeed.
Please specify a project. Please specify a project.
Let's see, can we upgrade any of our base facilities? Yes, we can. And we still got the support platform being built. So, I say... let's upgrade R&D. Because we need some more slots for R&D members. And, oh yeah, we gotta customize our walker gear. Sorry, D-Walker. And of course, we gotta give him an appropriate color scheme.
Was it gonna be salmon pink?
I mean, they don't have a hot pink. You know what? To break it up, there we go. That's more of a hot pink. So it's technically a purple, but it looks more hot pink on how it's rendered.
That's funny because I see it a really nice shade of purple there.
I mean, it may vary depending on your monitor. Either way,
Fair enough.
It's gotta be purple.
Yeah, that's fine. I likes purple.
Oh yeah, and we gotta give it a Gatling gun.
Of course.
Clouds approaching.
And now we'll check back in on our mother base.
Heading to Mother Base.
Because Snake needs a shower, because he's covered in blood.
Ah, yes. Blood. I don't know. What do you think of the Quintesson faces, Ari? Do you think I should just go back to my usual thing? Is
Yes.
this a little too eldritch for you?
No, it's not that it's too eldritch for me, it's just that You've already associated your branding with the bomb face.
That's fair.
Also, the Quintessons are not at all eldritch.
Depends on how you draw them.
All right, line up, men.
So what are these, like the new recruits that we just brought in, or are they just random
No,
guys that show up?
they are individual recruits from the people that we've brought in. If you scan them, it'll show their names, and they're all names of well, if your analyzer's at the right rank, it'll show their names, which mine's still at pretty low rank. There we go. Devil Beetle is that guy. He's one of our recruits. Like, they're all the exact recruits that it shows in our menu. They're just assigned to different platforms depending on which, which one we assigned them to.
Because I was curious if these were like the guys we just brought in, basically.
No. Sometimes, like, a lot of times once you get later into the game, those guys will usually be in the brig first before they properly join you.
Unit dispatched.
Yeah.
Aw, what's wrong, Dee Dee?
Unit dispatched.
I heard Dee Dee whine. Do you want a treat, Dee Dee? I wish I could give you a treat. I can pet you, though.
Thanks for that, boss. Thanks for that, boss.
Please landing zone.
Roger.
To me, my chopper. I know, it's not a steed. It's more of a... What would you call a flying steed?
Honestly,
Pouncing Roach. That's what we saw on that one Asmongold stream, right? When the roach flew onto him midstream. I say we, I mean just the general Twitch audience. There's Bloody Crab, Stone Serpent. Like I said, like I've said before, a lot of these recruit names sound less like Metal Gear characters and more like rejected Mega Man X boss names.
they sound like names for like Ninja Academy washouts.
Alright, what's next on the docket? Oh, extract the legendary gunsmith. But I think we're going to need an interpreter before we do that. So we might as well do the story mission for getting a interpreter. Tail the Afrikaans interpreter working with the interrogator at Kiziba camp and rescue the British prisoner known as the Viscount.
Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa.
Now, you can actually break the progression of this, and it rewards you for it. But, you know, I'm going to play by the rules.
Yeah.
Or at least try to. Like, technically, if you already know where the Viscount is being held, you could just speed right there and skip the mission, and you'll get an S rank. But the more steps of the mission you complete, the more money you're rewarded.
Several high-level British CFA officials are being held by their Afrikaner colleagues. One of these prisoners is the rescue target, a guy known as the Viscount. The target's location is unknown, but they're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. We've used info from the intel unit to predict the interpreter's location. It's on your iDroid. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
What's that, Dee Dee? Did Timmy fall down a well again? Too bad. He's going to have to pull himself up by his bootstraps, literally.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis
Found the
map
interpreter.
has been
Now
updated.
follow him to the target. That's not the target.
Analysis
Orders are
complete.
only the Viscount gets rescued. Can't understand why he received special treatment, but I don't imagine it'll be a problem to save the other prisoners too.
Alright, we gotta be sneaky here. Part of this is a tailing mission.
The CFA are all business. Hard to believe they're interrogating their own. Situation must be worse than we thought. Make a wrong move, and they could kill the target without warning.
Yes, that's right. You guys go on your way, and I will wait until this guy's nice and isolated, and then get him out of there.
If you're going to use a weapon, be careful not to draw the enemy's attention.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Afrikaans
Okay, that actually spooked me.
works in that area. If you're going to get any information,
Sorry, I didn't expect it to actually spook you.
No, that was funny.
just yet. They won't be able to do the interrogation. If they then decide the target's no longer any use to them, they won't hesitate to kill him.
Oh god, I love when I'm on point.
That prisoner you extracted wasn't the target, but we did get some information. Seems the prisoners aren't held together, and the cells and interrogation rooms are separate places.
That's some useful intel. I wonder if we'll get more.
Analysis complete.
See, this is why I like to bring Dee Dee on this mission. He already points out to me where the prisoners are, so I don't have to seek them out myself.
Nice.
Oh, found a prisoner, Dee Dee? Where is he? Where is he, boy? There he is.
Analysis complete.
That's not the Viscount either, but we can still rescue him.
Stop! Arikado and JKR.
This is your last chance.
Die MP LA se olieveldregte. paar het die inligting vandaan gekom.
The MPLA's oil field rights. Where did you get this information?
I told you. I only know it was an anonymous source.
Dit was 'n anonieme bron.
Moenie my vir 'n poepel vat nie.
You're not fooling anybody.
Ask any of the others. Nobody knows anything.
Hy sê jy moet die ander probeer vra.
O, so hulle het saam 'n storie opgemaak. Dit is hoekom jy nie die Britte kan vertrou nie. Weet jy hoeveel Afrikaners sit onder die hele gelei tydens die Boereoorlog?
You made up a story with the others. You British are all liars. You know how much the Afrikaners suffered because of you in the Boer War.
That wasn't me.
Hy sê dit was nie hy nie.
Maar dit was julle wat ons verraai het.
But it was you that betrayed us.
It wasn't me. It was the Viscount.
Caution.
Cornel.
Rain.
Viscount? What the fuck is a Viscount?
The guy we're trying to rescue.
Dis 'n secret line.
I know, but he's pronouncing it wrong. Is what
Well,
I'm saying. I'm making
he
a joke.
pronounces it one way, Miller pronounces it another way. I don't know how it's actually pronounced.
I've always heard Viscount.
I've heard it pronounced both
But that's
ways,
just-
and not just in this game.
This is the first I've ever heard it pronounced Viscount.
Our rescue target was behind some kind of plot.
I mean, I've heard it even pronounced. I think I've probably heard it pronounced like Viscount at one point.
Boss, I did some digging, and it seems the target himself gave us this mission through a representative. Obviously, he couldn't contact us directly due to his protection.
Oh, so the Viscount is the one who ordered his own rescue.
Extraction.
Something suspicious going on here.
Shuffer and
Don't be
Shuckatash.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Alright, I hope I don't lose that Jeep.
That prisoner wasn't the target either. We got some more information, though. They're going to interrogate the target at night.
Development project has been added.
Alright, we gotta tail that Jeep, and we gotta wait until nighttime. When we find that media, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
Yeah, I'd be excited for, the point in time where you, me, and at least either Kier or Furret can dress up as Eggman, Dr. Wily, and Dr. Neo Cortex
Yes.
for a convention.
I'm not sure whether I would want to do Wily or Cortex, given I like doing impressions of both of them.
Sound of rainfall should help to mask your...
Here's a thought: what if you were to what if we were to add Engine to the mix? If we decided
Engine's
to
a
do
character I've been
Engine-
wanting to cosplay for a while, too.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking have someone else be Cortex, you be Engine. We have someone as Wily, and then we got someone as Cortex. Blanking here. My mind is fried. I did not get enough sleep last night. I managed to fall asleep for a few hours earlier after I got home from the doctor.
I had the opposite problem. I overslept today.
Oof.
Analysis complete.
Ooh. On the bright side, I was able to sleep in my own bed again today.
I'm glad to hear that. I didn't know you weren't sleeping in your own bed this whole time.
Yeah, I couldn't because...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
they-
It's like a bunk bed type thing, and I'm guessing it's hard to climb up that with your arm in a sling.
Yeah, and, they even said it. My mom even suggests, don't try and do anything even with your arm out of the sling now. Wait until the doctor says otherwise. I was like, okay. So the doctor said I could just start, slowly increasing my grip strength and the nerve strength and everything. And then they said, so my mom basically said, it's like, okay, yeah, he can climb up to his bed again. So, yay. Finally. After about a week of sleeping either in a chair or in the spare bedroom.
Analysis complete.
That's all.
Sy sê sy het nie bedoel om iets weg te steek nie, maar die burggraaf het haar stilgehou.
Ha! Dus als die burggraaf se skuld. Goed. Die burggraaf kan ons die res vertel.
En 'n Viscount kan tel us the rest.
Wait. At least talk to the Viscount.
Hou jou bek.
Development complete.
Oh, he's definitely getting tranked.
Development complete.
For just hitting a woman.
For hitting a woman with the butt of his rifle, yes.
I was confirming to make sure that was what your reasoning. The fact that they hit her in the first place, regardless if it was the butt of the rifle or not, I'd still kick his ass. Was she actually enjoying that launch?
Yes, the prisoner's always, like, hoot and holler in excitement.
Nice. That's gotta be the highlight of their rescue.
Yeah, they get a free flight. It's almost time for the interrogation. And I need to call in another suppressor. But first, good boy. You've been the goodest boy on this mission, D-Dog.
Supply weather will clear shortly.
Oh, shit. Ah, shit.
Shit. Powers are blown.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the death.
I was gonna ask, you just stand in the line of fire?
Yes, I was.
Good. Good. Good.
Extract the target when you find him.
Now I have to start all the way back here.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of tailing missions in general in video games. They're up there with escort missions for me as something that are just tedious. But at least this is nowhere near as bad as tailing missions in Assassin's Creed tends to be.
Yeah.
Because in Assassin's Creed, you can be screwed over by the AI just deciding to bug out.
Oof.
If you're going to use a weapon, be careful to draw the enemy's attention.
Also, according to my mom, sometime later, come late spring, early summer, we will actually be working on getting the lights fixed in the wall to my left, where my entertainment center is, because that motherfucker, the lights of the electricity of that wall just, for whatever reason, shorted out when I plugged in my AC last year.
All right.
And it also affected the lights in the front hallway too. So that's something we gotta have fixed. But there's that going to be fixed, and then also like all the cracking in the plaster and the walls around here are going to be fixed too. So I'm very excited for that.
I'm excited for that too.
That means I can finally start doing like the collection showcase when the area around the room is actually more pleasant to pleasing to look at.
Good.
Analysis complete.
On the MPLA's World Field Ranks.
Development complete.
I really don't know.
Development complete.
Believe me.
So jy verwag van my om te glo.
Well, we got the rains down in Africa now. We just need to bless them.
You attempted to contact the MPLA based on information from an unknown source.
I didn't try to hide anything. The Viscount said to keep quiet for now. That's all.
Sy sê sy het nie bedoel om iets weg te steek nie, maar die burggraaf het haar stilgehou.
Ha! Dus als die burggraaf se skuld. Goed. Die burggraaf kan ons die res vertel.
En 'n Viscount kan tel as die res.
Wait! At least talk to the Viscount.
Hou jou bek.
I know you try not to go for like lethal, but personally, I would have shot that guy in the back of the head for what he just did.
Yeah, but that would throw off the whole mission.
Yeah, I get you.
Because the whole point is to not let them know that I'm here. By not raising
Right.
suspicion. Oh yeah, I don't know why I was asking him to talk. I don't know his language.
If you're going to get any
Or sleeps.
interrogations, you'll need an interpreter.
The weather will clear shortly.
This most recent prisoner wasn't the target either, but we did learn the target's field of movement.
Are you gonna eat that rat?
No, you don't eat animals in this game. This isn't Metal Gear Solid 3. That doesn't come out until August, I think? The remake, at least.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'm cautiously optimistic about it, given how good the Silent Hill 2 remake turned out. The only reason I'm cautiously optimistic instead of just straight up hyped for it is because it's running on Unreal Engine 5, and that's still proven to be a little bit hard to optimize because it's still a brand new engine. And it's a very, very questionable engine right now. I know I'm gonna have to get the PS5 version because my PC's just not powerful enough to run most Unreal Engine 5 games right now.
Yeah. Have a nice flight. So he sees his buddy that he's talking to knock the fuck out, and
my controller just disconnected, and I got pause. Shit. Pause, damn it.
It's right.
There we go. Gotta plug it in real quick.
Yeah.
Pardon my French, but if I had really been done in by my controller's battery dying without me being able to pause, then I would have not been a happy camper.
Yeah. That would have just been some bullshit right there.
GPS Delta 9, bedreiging
just need to tail the interpreter again to the spot where the Viscount is being held, then extract them both. This should be easy peasy. Now watch me fuck it up entirely.
I was just gonna say, you just jinxed yourself.
Aha! Oh shit. Come on, turn around, turn around. Okay, that was bullshit. I declare shenanigans.
With that panic going on, they could decide to kill the target. Hurry.
Gee, you think?
And no, I'm not going for the chicken hat this time, whether it asks me or not. No, fuck you.
Target's location is unknown. They're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. If you're going to use a weapon, be careful not to draw the enemy's attention.
I think what I'm gonna do, or at least attempt to do, is extract as many of these guards as I can so they don't follow. Or at least that's the plan.
All according to Keikaku?
We'll see. We'll see if the Keikaku goes according to Keikaku. Man, I wish Quiet was here. This would make this so much easier. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't make it easier because I haven't unlocked her tranquilizer stuff yet.
Oops.
She gets a lot better once you teach her how to trank stuff instead of just, you know, shooting to kill. Hey, Timo. You finished adulting for the day? That's good to hear.
Very
Hope
good.
the
very
adulting
good.
wasn't too difficult.
Please select a drop. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
$120 of my $300 monthly budget on food for me and my cat. Okay. speaking of cats, there was a cat outside my apartment today who was really pretty. This pretty, floofy, black and white kitty.
Aw.
And apparently it's a stray kitty that comes by here every now and then, according to the staff member who was here.
Oh.
I don't know if it has a name. Also, yeah, D-Dog found an enemy screaming in the background. Floofy tuxedo. Yes, a tuxedo kitty.
Yeah.
This most recent prisoner wasn't the target either, but we did learn the target's field of movement.
Yeah, my friend the doctor has a tuxedo kitty named Matilda. Little cutie.
I almost petted the kitty, but I didn't want to spook it. And when I came near it, ran and hid in the bushes, so I didn't want to try and push my luck.
Yeah, that's fair.
Analysis complete.
Yeah, so asking permission first is always best practice. You can, however, give several bribes, and it tends to help along with negotiations. Problem is, I didn't have anything to bribe it with. I only had, McDonald's. And as far as I know, cats aren't,
What the fuck?
Hey, Lulu! As far as I know, cats aren't typically supposed to be eating chicken nuggets and french fries.
Yeah.
Chicken and burger works well. Yeah, but that was my dinner. I'll have to see if I've still got some... How you doing, Lulu? If I remember correctly, my mom put some emergency cat food in my trunk in case I come across any stray kitties, so I'll have to see if there's any in there. You know, assuming that I see that pretty kitty again.
Right.
My suppressor's worn out. Great.
Oof.
At least I've taken these guys out. But yes, everyone look forward to, hopefully soon, Lulu finally making her VTuber debut. I've seen a work-in-progress sketch of her model, and it looks so pretty, you know. It's going to... She's told me, you know, some adjustments that's going to have made. But, still. Very pretty model. 10 out of 10. Would smash. Boss, this is a stealth mission. I know. I also recruited the entire enemy force. Basically, that's how Big Boss works. Yeah, but I recruited the entire enemy force stealthily. Now that was too close.
Analysis complete.
Now I just gotta find a good hiding spot and wait for the Viscount to make his grand appearance. Oh, he's coming from that away. But there's a, Also, boss, I knocked you out. You work for me now. Exactly. That's how these military situations work, right? You knock them out, then you get to claim the piece that you knocked out.
Please select a drop.
It's exactly like the greatest war game of all time. Chinese checkers. Which is not actually from China, disappointingly. Second only to the other greatest war game, you know, meeting of strategy and intelligence ever. Funny Sticks.
I do not want to play Funny Sticks with you ever again, Ari.
Pet D-Dog right now. I would definitely pet D-Dog at any chance. I don't know why he always pets D-Dog on the ass, but fuck it. Big Boss knows what he's doing, and D-Dog likes it.
Yeah, Ari. The last time we played Funny Sticks, I cannot get that out of my head. Ugh.
The last time we played Funny Sticks, I forgot to get the apples.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had to pull the damn sticks out of my back because you forgot the apples.
Yeah, but pulling the sticks out of your back is cheating, so we had to call off the game because I don't play with no cheaters.
Yeah, and then some assholes, a bunch of assholes decided to come up to me after you walked off and stuck their funny sticks in my back.
Yeah, because Funny Sticks is always more fun with more people. I promise, I'm gonna do a Clay World watch-along stream sometime, I just don't know when. Hindquarters are normally a sensitive spot. I've noticed that with Olive, she likes having, like, the spot right above her tail scratched.
Yeah, Widget,
and just her back in general. She likes being scratched in general.
Yeah, Widget loves getting pets, like, just on the right side, like, on her left side, like, just under her chin. Specifically, left-hand side. She loves that. That's, like, her favorite spot. I just think that's cute. She's a cute girl.
The Viscount is here, so we can finally take these guys out.
If Brett doesn't show up, they won't be able to interrogate anyone. Then they'll just kill the target. That looks like the target.
Has been updated. Mission info has been
You know what? Before we extract the Viscount, I'm gonna extract the interpreter. And his buddy.
Good. Why his buddy?
Because you know what they say, the more the merrier.
Well, yeah. That's true.
What about their third friend? He's going too. They're all going. They're all getting a free balloon ride.
You gotta extract him.
I love how Miller's like, you gotta extract him. It's like, well, might as well.
Yep.
I've extracted everybody else.
I mean, by boss's rules, he knocked them out. They're his men now. Yeah, exactly. Up you go, Viscount.
Target extraction confirmed. Get yourself out of the hot zone. By chopper or by land. It's your choice.
What hot zone?
Now, Hot zone refers to, you know, the area where the mission takes place.
I get it, but I'm just laughing because it's like, oh yeah, hot zone. Where everybody's been pretty much abducted.
Exactly. But, first, I need to create a new landing zone. And, you know, I might as well disable their communications while I'm here.
Of course. Always best to disrupt communications. Keeps the enemy on their toes. Smell the fear.
But the fear's been dead since 1964. Get out of the hot zone before you spotted Boss. By who? I recruited everyone. Miller. You what? I mean, I rescued their prisoners, and then I captured the people who imprisoned the prisoners, which makes them mine via the international law of go fuck yourself. Oh, there's some blueprints here, too. For a stun grenade. Oh, and there's an intel dock here, too.
This is a list of prisoner detainment locations. I guess they're of no use to us now.
Damn it, I can't extract the big gun. I want the big gun. I can do it later, but I want it now. Miller, boss, I'm questioning your recruiting methods, but how do you expect to keep troop loyalty and morale going about like this? Boss, I will CQC them. They seem to like that. Miller, they what? Yeah, their entire army of bottoms.
You destroyed their radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Given that when you punch them, they say thank you, boss. And if you choke them, they'll sometimes say harder. Oh, he going pee-pee. Good boy. Good boy going potty. Sometime this year, Pequod. Yes, hi Lulu, I've seen you in here.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Except for Ocelot. I'm not certain what his deal is. Let's be honest, Ocelot's a switch, depending entirely on who his partner is. Switch and brat. Well, the brattiness has died down as he's gotten older. But he was definitely a brat during Metal Gear Solid 3.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Extracted 20 soldiers and 2 prisoners.
Unit function added. Development project has been added.
Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, yeah, he got himself a switch brat partner who was brattier than him before he realized how annoying it was.
Boss, one of the other British prisoners filled us in about the Viscount. It turns out he's a real two-faced son of a bitch. He was planning to secure the MPLA's oil field rights for himself in exchange for swapping the CFA's alliance from the anti-government United rebels to the state-backed MPLA. He hid this from the Afrikaners, but once he thought the jig was up, he tried to pin it on the other British personnel and take off. The Afrikaners captured him, and that was when he asked us to rescue him, and only him. I'll throw him in the brig for now, but we may have to be extra persuasive with this one.
And here we are talking about kinky stuff.
Interesting news out of our friend the Viscount. He mentioned that more than a few PFs in the region have purchased walker gears. The CFA's the same. That's Soviet Army technology, and it's still a prototype. Only Cypher could be leaking it to the PFs. But the question is, why?
Alright, let's see how many people we got here. We got Death Cobra. We got Laughing Wallaby, who's a zoologist. We got Cunning Stallion, who's a materials engineer. He's important for upgrading certain stuff. We got the Afrikaans interpreter, Raving Mongoose. And then a bunch of randos.
Yeah.
Side ops list.
One of the latest missions to come in is connected to the walker gears. This could be our chance to close in on Cypher. Take a look at your mission list.
We got a lot of rewards to collect from the soldiers we sent out on missions. There we go.
Ocelot loves Snake. Even liquid.
We'll develop a new chassis for D-Walker.
Please specify project.
And what else are we going to spend precious moolah on? And we'll upgrade this pistol because that upgrade tree gets us some good stuff.
I'm going to allow this because the auto mod is just being a brat.
Okay, yes, please allow it. Oh, I see, just because I have all... Oh, I see. Just because I have all of Big Boss's recessive genes, I'm not worth the time and effort. That's not how genes work, you're just a bitch. I mean, that is basically it.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite attempts at a retcon from Hideo Kojima was him being like, oh, the whole dominant and recessive gene speech from Liquid Snake, that wasn't me fucking up how genetics work. That was a character flaw that Liquid Snake has, that he's not good at biology.
I mean, it works. It works because he basically fed into the Like basically, like everyone knows, like yeah, Hideo was not good at Kojima was not good at didn't know how biology fucking worked. So I was like,
I mean,
he
he's
decided,
not a
you know what?
biology student, so I don't expect
No,
him to
it's
know.
obvious. No, I know. So it was like when he was corrected, he's like, you know what? I will make that part of I'll make that a canon reason as to why he
Yeah, that's basically what he did. And they reference it in this game, which, like, there's a little Easter egg where you can see, like... Well, actually, no, I'm not getting into it. That's spoilers. Basically, there's a biology test for a kid that may or may not be a young liquid snake, and he has an F on his biology test.
oh boy.
Unit function added. Caution, rain approaching.
Alright, instead of... Oh! We got a story side mission of us visiting Quiet in her cell. This is where we're going to learn some stuff about her biology. Metal Gear Solid Abridged, every time Liquid accuses things or his genes fault, some rando yells off screen. That's not how genes work.
Whenever's fine. Thanks.
I mean, he understands how cloning works, he just doesn't understand how genetic inheritance works.
Right.
Which is a weird disparity in knowledge to have. Also, funnily enough, the thing that people often forget is that Liquid wasn't the one with the quote-unquote recessive genes. It was actually Solid Snake that had them. It was just Liquid was told that throughout his life. Liquid actually had the dominant genes the entire time. Alright. What you got for us, Ocelot? Where are we going to learn about my new waifu? I say new. She's not new to me. Come on, talk to me, Ocelot.
Refuses to wear clothes.
Yes, I've noticed.
The last staff member who tried to dress her, breathing through tubes.
Worth it.
She's completely cooperative. She understands English. She never speaks, sweats, or breathes. What? Well, not with lungs, at least. She breathes through her skin. Clothing would suffocate her.
Nice thong.
Yeah, she has to wear as little clothing as possible because she breathes through her skin.
No, I understand. I'm just like...
And she takes in water through her skin and vibrates like this.
Again, she's got some sort of plant like DNA.
She's okay. She just can't move when she's taking in water. Look.
Or so she's a spider or weird lizard. Neither, she's more plant-like.
She hasn't eaten a thing since she got here.
She doesn't eat either?
Never. It's photosynthesis.
See? Plants. Photosynthesis.
I knew it.
Photosynthesis. Although it's not about DNA. We'll get to that later.
Explanation for what we've seen.
Okay.
The GRU had a man with that ability in its Cobra unit. Now, we don't think she's contagious. Some of the staff.
And what he implied is that she's basically got whatever gave the End his powers from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Can't you send her on a mission?
Oh.
By herself? No. But as you know, she does have skill. Why not take her out on one of your missions? She's seems to like you. Of course, only.
Do you mean she likes me or she likes me?
You keep her in mind.
Side op completed.
Alright, was ist das?
Has been added.
An emblem for a parachute emblem. There we go.
Welcome home, boss.
Landing zone confirmed.
Does she want to shoot at me with... Does she want to shoot at me with me or let me shoot my shot? Not that anything would come of it, I'm just looking for clarification.
Uh-huh.
Look, if she can't talk, all you need to do is hand her one of those cards that says, "Do you like me? Yes or no?" with the check boxes next to them, and let her check which one. And that determines whether she gets brought on missions or not. That way we know whether she's a friendly, or whether she's going to kill me in my sleep. Like I said, I am not okay for quiet. Also, Timo, does Quiet's character model look familiar to you outside of some Metal Gear Solid 5 promotional stuff? Because her mocap actress was also in Wanted Dead.
Some new weapons. I've already talked it over with the R&D team.
Never played Wanted Dead? You were there for my streams of it, remember? She's the one that we did the entire song's duration of karaoke for 99 Luftballons with.
Unit function added.
Being a scout sniper, there are two tasks you can give Quiet. The first is to infiltrate an outpost ahead of you and scout out the enemy's positions. The second is to send her to a sniping position.
You mean the DDR ramen from hell? Same game, different sequence in that game.
She'll provide will depend on the weapon you give her. Of course, this is all assuming she's willing to follow orders.
Scar on me.
Submission.
Yes, Excard on you.
Excuse me.
Unit dispatched.
Depending the time point in the stream, I might have been idle because sleeping. Ah, I see. It was, well, granted, I haven't streamed Wanted Dead in about a year, so I wouldn't blame you for forgetting.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of her music in that game, because she's also a singer, in addition to an actress and a model.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Central Africa.
Alright, we're finally gonna be able to bring Quiet with us.
Excellent. And you love that, don't you, Ari?
Yes, yes I do. She's genuinely one of the best partners you can get in this game.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
I know that's not what you meant. That's why I said something different. Alright, we're going to track down the legendary gunsmith and extract him.
So, hello.
Yep.
So, like, question is, though, what is the name of this legendary gunsmith?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
They didn't tell me his name. They just said he's a legendary gunsmith. And the whole point of extracting the legendary gunsmith is that it lets you start customizing your guns. Legendary gunsmith, what the Goldstein family move out here? I mean, given the time period, this could have been Nell Goldstein. Although, sadly, we'll see how that plays out. It's not going to be Nell Goldstein. I don't know why she would be in Africa. And this is way before Nicoletta Goldstein was born.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
What the fuck is he doing?
He sees me, so he's coming to investigate.
No, I was saying, what the hell was he playing on?
What do you mean?
Oh. I thought he was the one playing that weird wind instrument, like almost like a kazoo or something in the back.
No, that's quiet humming.
Oh.
She hums whenever she's got a target in her sights.
Oh, okay.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Enemy presence detected.
Alright, we're gonna do our own little interrogation to figure out where the gunsmith is. Pre-Tony, obviously. Obviously. No, I don't want to know about your specialist. I want to know where the gunsmith is.
Updated. Analysis complete.
I'll steal you anyway. Now, you know the whole thing about, you know, extracting animals from the battlefield? That was originally supposed to have a different effect that, sadly had to be scaled back, prior to release. The original idea, as it was pitched by Hideo Kojima to us, was, that the animals you, captured on the battlefield would wander around Mother Base. Whereas in the final product, they're just confined to their own special platform. And that led to a lot of people pre-release and pre-finding out that that idea was scaled back, wanting to capture nothing but sheep and have their mother base be filled with wandering sheep.
Why?
And currently in Metal Gear Solid 5, it's 1945-ish. No, it's 1984. Like, the first game in the Metal Gear Solid storyline, in terms of, like, chronology, is Metal Gear Solid 3, which takes place in 1964. We haven't seen anything pre-1964. Although, events have happened pre-1964, namely, stuff involving the boss. Big Boss's mentor. Where she led the Cobra unit in World War II that helped lead decisive victories for the Allies. '84, so the twins would already be traumatized? Yep, they definitely would. They just went about handling their traumas in completely different ways.
Analysis complete.
Let us see if the
Actually, at that point, the tower already happened. Did it or was Devil May Cry 3 in 1984? I don't know. I've never looked into, like, what points in history the Devil May Cry games have happened. Since the twins were, like, 18 to 21. Were they? I don't think we've ever gotten, like, official canonical ages for the twins. Or maybe I'm just, you know, not looking at the art books that explain a lot of this stuff. Because the art books, I don't think have ever been officially released in English.
Oh.
Like, it was the Devil May Cry 4 art book. Well, it was a 1, 2, 3, and 4 art book. But the Devil May Cry 4 section of that art book is what originally canonized before Devil May Cry 5 was even a thing on the horizon. That Nero was the son of Virgil.
Hey, Cloud.
You see a booty, but it's not Ryza or Hanayame booty. I mean, we got quiet booty on the battlefield now, but right now we're dealing with some snake booty. Also, hi, Cloud. Sorry for the bug infestation we had last night. That's been taken care of for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see how Yamato reacted to Nero. Kind of hard to deny it. Yeah, it's not like it was a super hidden secret, but the confirmation we got at the point when it looked like we weren't going to get a Devil May Cry 5 was in that art book. Not even just the parallels of the power monologue. The fact that, the sort of proto-Devil Trigger that Nero has in that game before he gets his own fully formed Devil Trigger in, Devil May Cry 5, you know, where it's like the spirit alongside him, looks a lot like, one of, Virgil's Devil Triggers, or like a mix of Virgil's Devil Trigger and the Nello Angelo form that he took on in Devil May Cry 1. Like, the hints were there from the beginning. It's just, at that point, they didn't know whether they were going to get to follow through on them. Also, there's the fact that Nello Angelo is a mistranslation, so technically you could theorize that Nero's name was derived from Nello Angelo, given that Nello Angelo's properly translated name would be Nero Angelo. It's part of the whole, like, you know, LR catastrophe that commonly pops up in localizing and translating Japanese names to English, or just Japanese terminology to English. The biggest issue is often whether you use an R or an L. Yes, he was the Black Angel. Exactly. No, quiet, don't kill this guy! Quiet, stand down.
Outpost captured. Side ops list updated.
You gotta extract him.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
This is the risk of using Quiet before you've gotten her relationship with you upgraded enough that you can start giving her tranquilizer guns. Because if your mission is to extract a soldier, and she kills that soldier.
Yeah.
Like, Quiet's a very risky buddy to use early on, but she gets so powerful once you start getting her some good equipment. You can even get her an anti-tank rifle, which becomes great for taking down helicopters and heavily armored troops.
Nice. Oh shit, that's an anti-tank rifle.
Please select a
Oh shit, that's an anti-tank rifle.
The support helicopter requested.
Which is why I love fan comics of Virgil finding out about Nero. He gets upset with Dante about naming him after that. That makes me wonder what Virgil would have named him if he knew that he had a kid this whole time. Because remember, Virgil just... He had a one-night stand and then dipped for over 20 years.
Analysis complete.
And... like, Devil May Cry 5 is the time that he finds out that he had a son. And people say Goku's a bad dad because he spent some time dead or on another planet.
Oh, you know, being dead's not exactly his fault.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault that he died either time.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Well, I mean, the second time was kind of his fault. But really, it was more Vegeta's fault, because if Vegeta hadn't let Cell get to perfect form in the first place, none of that would have happened. Like, a lot of the... like, I'm at the Perfect Cell part of the Cell saga when watching Dragon Ball Z Kai with my mom when I visit her. And, like... something I have to clarify to her is, like, Vegeta is very prideful and 100% the kind of person to eat shit when he lets his pride get in the way. Because, like, he could have taken out Cell right then and there before he went perfect, but he chose to let him get perfect because the fight wasn't interesting enough for him. Yeah, had he been more involved in intentional, it might have been something like William or Blake or some other author or favored character or some other Roman emperor. Let's be honest, it's Virgil. He would have named him Caligula. Caligula wasn't crazy, he was just misunderstood. I don't know, I can't do a Virgil.
That man you picked up in Walla Yamasa is a top-notch gunsmith. We got plenty of work for him. But it turns out that he's just the apprentice of a so-called legendary gunsmith. Now, if this legendary gunsmith is all he's cracked up to be, we could really use him on our side. The apprentice gave us the whereabouts of his master. If you've got the time, go and grab him.
Okay, so that wasn't the real legendary gunsmith. That was just his apprentice. Now we need to rescue the real legendary gunsmith. I don't know if a Lady of Fortuna would have agreed to name, would have agreed with the name Caligula, son of Sparta, or otherwise.
Specify a project.
I mean, if I remember correctly, wasn't the specific Lady of Fortuna that sired Nero a prostitute? Like, that's something I've read as part of something Nero was bullied about in his childhood, was the fact that his mom was a hooker.
Please specify a project.
I'll say, fuck.
Fuck indeed. but nah, I'm not gonna go there. That was about to get too sussy. I think they assumed that because he was abandoned. So, as much as people like to shit on, as much as people like to say that Virgil's a bad dad for, you know, abandoning, you know, just having a one-night stand with a lady during his trip to Fortuna and never bothering to call back after that, His mother also abandoned him. So Nero has never had good parents. He's never had parents. And the one time he does get to meet his dad's about to go seal himself away in hell for eternity to save the world. So he's left without parents again. Of course, let's be honest, in the event that we do get a Devil May Cry 6, they are not keeping Virgil and Dante permanently in the underworld.
Yeah, no.
I just don't believe that they're permanently going to write Virgil and Dante out of the story. Like any self-respecting woman would have kept their child, however, there's also the thought that she died in childbirth, too. Yeah, they don't say a lot about Nero's mother. Just, that he never knew her, and that she was assumed to be a prostitute.
Heading to Afghanistan.
But hey, Nero's got this over both Virgil and Dante. He not only scored with a hot lady, he stayed with her. Whereas Virgil fucked her and chucked her, and Dante is as far as we know, still a virgin. Although he gives off big dick fucks every night energy, despite being a virgin. Like, it's funny to me that the Dante of the reboot, one of the first things you see him do is have a threesome with 2 strippers. And yet he still gives off more, like, insecure virgin energy, compensating for his lack of sexual conquest energy than the Dante who is canonically never hooked up with anyone does. Nico says hi. Tell Nico I said hello, and that the bug problem has been taken care of. For at least a year. There's also a fan theory that in a couple of comics that she was just a young lady who wanted the excitement of a foreign man. I mean, a foreign man who's also a son of Sparta in the city of Fortuna. Who would what lady of Fortuna would pass up that opportunity? Also, Dante is not a virgin. Unfortunately, some of the novels, if I recall, he was essayed by more than just one of his lovers. To be fair, the novels are of dubious canonicity due to a lot of the events that are established in them being retconned by later games. It would explain the big dick energy and unlucky in love energy simultaneously. Look, all I'm saying is that Dante knows that he's not willing to commit to a relationship, and he's a big enough man to admit that and not try to either score with ladies on the cheap or lead them on with ideas of a committed relationship and then, you know, not commit at the last minute. He doesn't screw with people's hearts, and that's why he's a total Chad. It's also the novels in one line that makes him a bicon. Let's be honest, if Dante wasn't a bicon, then that would have been a failure of his entire character.
Complete.
I sent you something for you to look at later, Ari.
Okay. I'm a ladies' man, but also a man's man. See? Dante doesn't discriminate. He just goes by whoever he's attracted to, regardless of, you know, what genitalia they're born with. I'm sure he would also say trans rights if asked.
Yes. As one should.
Caution.
would make you wonder if Virgil was similar and just happened to have Nero. I mean, the way that his intro in, like, one of the running gags with, the intro to his Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition campaign that I've gone with as my headcanon is that Virgil, you know, as someone who views humans as, like, lowly and disgusting, like, the way that intro plays out shows, like, him just shooting a glance at the lady and then, like, her, like, reeling back a bit like something just happened. And it's like, oh, so he knocked her up just by looking at her. That's his raw sexual energy. Yes, Judgment Nut. I both love and despise that term. I imagine he's like, just wait for it. Wait for me to sheathe the sword. And then, boom. I'll see you, I would say see you in 9 months, but I know I ain't gonna be here.
Analysis complete. Weather analysis complete. Analysis complete. The map has been updated.
Also, speaking of puns and Nero, or stuff tangentially related to Nero, not enough people give Hideaki Itsuno credit for the masterful pun in Nero's original design from when he still has his arm before it gets ripped off in Devil May Cry 5. And that is that what is the official term in the Devil May Cry series for the demonic weapons that Dante gets? Devil arm. Now, what does Nero have? A literal devil arm.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
So basically, we could say that Nero's entire existence is just a joke.
Analysis complete.
And interestingly, if you look at those, from what I understand, if you look at those Devil May Cry art books, specifically the Devil May Cry 4 section, it reveals that Nero was not always meant to have the same look, personality, or quirks that he ended up having. The original plan for him was to be sort of like a posh Sherlock Holmes or Hercule Poirot detective type who would carry around a saucer and cup of tea with him at all times.
That's funny. That's just funny to me because
I know you like your Hercule. I know you like Hercule Poirot. So
I mean, because yeah, I grew up watching the. Yeah, Poirot has more like attachment to me than Holmes, only for the fact that I used to watch a lot of Poirot mysteries on TV with my parents when I was a kid.
You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Analysis complete.
I can't think of Hercule Poirot, even in a serious context, without thinking of one of the Halloween episodes of Homestar Runner, where, like, you know, in the Halloween episodes of Homestar Runner, they're always dressed as different pop culture characters, and half the fun is trying to figure out who they're dressed up as. One year, Strong Sad, being the literature nerd and just overall nerd that he is, was dressed as Hercule Poirot. And he was intent on pronouncing Hercule Poirot's name properly in French. So he was like, I am Hercule Poirot!
Poirot!
And, like, getting more and more on the Poirot every time he said it. Man, at least we know that Strong Sad has good taste in music, considering one year he dressed up as a member of Devo. I don't know which specific member, I think just a general Devo member, considering he was wearing, like, you know, the black jumpsuit and the energy pylon hat.
Oh, yeah.
It was probably Mark Mothersbaugh, let's be honest.
A land support helicopter requested.
You know, Mark Mothersbaugh, known for Devo and for composing the soundtrack to Rugrats. Seeing Trigger in ZZZ Trigger's booty is so damn juicy. I still haven't played ZZZ since last year. So I need to get back into it. I've missed out on a lot of stuff. I need to catch up on the story. But I've heard, you know, just through Lulu and through another friend of mine on alt account and through, you know, memes and shit posts that booty fans be eating good when it comes to Zenless Zone Zero in general. Also, Cloud, prior to one of my streams, we made a discovery that, about the, new human character in Sonic that debuted in the latest Tales Tube episode, Professor Victoria, the one that they've been, teasing the appearance of for like 2 or 3 years now. Her English voice actress voices Rena from Zenless Zone Zero. My favorite maid.
Ooh, excuse me.
The spoopy maid.
Extraction.
The one that keeps spooping you. You in particular, Cloud.
Side ops list updated.
I was going to say the shark maid. Not the shark maid, the ghost maid.
Seems that he's not the legendary gunsmith either. Just another one of his apprentices. Now I'm really dying to hate this guy. We got intel on his location from the apprentice. Think you can recover him? I've had the
Hey, if you don't want to get more Renas, I'll take all your Renas. I've already got a Rena, but I would gladly have another Rena over having like an infinite supply of Coletta Bellobogs. Because like I keep pulling her whenever I get high ranked rolls. Please, I'd like to have Grace or Nekomata. Okay, I would like Grace as well.
Please select a landing zone.
I can relate to her, because we're both single as hell.
Deploying.
Excuse me, why am I so fucking yawning? Why am I still fucking yawning? I hate it.
Because you said you didn't sleep well.
Yeah, but I got a nap in before the stream.
Yeah, but a nap doesn't make up for a bad previous nights of sleep entirely.
Yeah.
I should know. I have what we call a fucked up sleep schedule. Alright, now we're really gonna extract the legendary gunsmith. For reals this time, definitely.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, rule of threes, my dude. There's a reason that this mission is called Extract the Legendary Gunsmith yet again. Get back here, sheep. Sheep, I just want to get you out of the battlefield.
Meh.
There, you'll get to go to safety now. You don't have to worry about someone accidentally shooting you.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Oh, so he's down in there.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
You should know better than to run up to someone with a tranq pistol aimed right at your head, my dude. Is this really how the Soviets trained their soldiers?
I mean, I wouldn't know about, 80s era of Soviet training, but I know that during Stalin's reign, it was a lot worse.
Well, I'm talking about in terms of capability of the soldiers, not in terms of, the actual training, the actual hellish training they had to go through. Everything was worse under Stalin. That's why Russia decided to try and act like after Stalin died, the first thing that they did in the Soviet Union was basically be like, okay, everything that Stalin implemented, we're getting rid of that shit and basically acting like it never happened. Stalin was a non-canon villain. He's non-canon to the Soviet Union anime.
Analysis.
He was a non-canon filler arc that lasted for decades.
Yeah.
Analysis complete.
And at this point in Soviet Union history, I believe this was Gorbachev not Gorbachev that was in charge. Yeah, it was Gorbachev during this, right? 1984?
I think so.
It wasn't Khrushchev, because that was the 60s. I hate when people say Khrushchev, because that's not how it's pronounced. It would be Khrushchev.
Yeah.
Analysis.
Also, Strong Sad once dressed up as Mikhail Gorbachev. For the very first Homestar Runner Halloween cartoon.
Oh, wow.
don't know. I don't know too much about the Soviet Union. I'm not. I may be a lefty, but I ain't that much of a lefty.
Yeah.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Yeah, like, I know very little about the Soviet Union.
Also, I
just
grew
know
up in
that,
America. Of course I'm not going to learn about the history of the Soviet Union. They're only going to teach us about glorious capitalism.
Right. But yeah, like, I can get behind the idea that Lenin was trying to put forward. I just feel bad that it got co-opted by, Stalin.
Yeah.
Analysis complete.
Not saying that everything Lenin was trying to do was actually going to be good, but he was trying to make a better world for his country.
Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. Specifically, it's in Russia, which is not here nor there, which in this case there would be Afghanistan.
Your face is neither here nor there.
What are you talking about? My face is right here. Can't you see it?
Snake, talk to me! Snake! Snake!
Lousy Reds. I don't know. Do they still call them Reds in that era? I don't know. No, they call them the Reds.
Big Boss wouldn't, but Americans definitely would. Keep in mind, this was the Reagan era. Of course they would.
Please select a
Of course.
helicopter requested.
A lot of sheep here for me to take to safety and not at all use for food.
You like mutton today, Ari?
I haven't had mutton, but I have had lamb. I can't remember what it tasted like. Or what the texture was. I was just like, yep, this is definitely meat.
Like, tell me, Ari, is there any type of, meat that you won't, touch?
I mean, apart from most kinds of fish, I won't touch veal.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
So you finally found that legend of
I won't touch veal because it's calf meat. And I don't want to eat
Oh,
baby
yeah.
cows, they're too adorable.
Every bit as good as the store.
Yeah.
With him working for us, you'll be
So
able
now I can finally customize my guns and make some true Frankensteinian monstrosities. I should know. I know a
I'm sure the good-
Frankenstein.
I'm sure the good doctor would approve.
Just wait until you see what kind of monstrosities you can currently make, and then I'll tell you about what you used to be able to make at launch before they patched it out, because it wasn't supposed to work that way.
Oh, jeez.
Has been added.
I was like, having like the silencer on or suppressor on a rocket launcher.
Suppressor on a rocket launcher and suppressor on grenades.
Oh yeah. That's all you hear when the grenades go off. It's like, it's like a pop, not even like, not a boom, not a bang, just a pop. If you're lucky.
I partly remember mutton only because it was tasty, the first full-on meal I had since getting my wisdom teeth pulled, and I got sick for the next week after. I remember what the first full-on meal I had after getting my wisdom teeth removed was. After, you know, I recovered from having my wisdom teeth removed. I went to McDonald's and got a 20-piece nugget and a large fry and a Dr. Pepper. Because I had been subsisting on nothing but, like, mushy type stuff and, you know, ice cream as well, but you get sick of ice cream, and it's one of the few things you can actually eat during your recovery.
Right. Right.
Please specify a project.
By the way, you can look around in first person in the helicopter. We got some photos up here of our crew. There's a sheep that we extracted.
Meh.
And then we can look
What's
over
she
at
think
Quiet.
about this? Nice.
There's actually a benefit to looking over at Quiet, which is, other than having a beautiful lady to look at, as your bond with her grows, she does, like, different animations while in the helicopter with you. Like, right now, since our bond is pretty low, she's, like, giving me the stink eye. But that'll change as we get to know her better. Also, look, there's Dee Dee as a puppy. There's Dee Dee as a fully grown boy. There's when we rescued... There's Emmerich talking to Skullface. There's Quiet. Yeah, just stuff that gets added on as the story progresses and as you grow your ranks and as you build up your bonds. It's a neat little detail.
Plant expansion
Nice.
complete. Development project has been added. Please specify project.
Okay, I'll hydrate. There, I lubricated my throat for you. It's all nice and moist.
Well, just consider that, pay, you know, let's just say I owed it to you from yesterday.
Yes. I don't know why you would, because I was not on stream yesterday, but sure.
I mean, I don't know, just something about what happened yesterday. I mean, look, dude, you know, it's considered an apology for allowing those fuckers to get in.
Okay, I accept your hydration apology.
Apparently, I'm supposed to be the one handling security at the time. Or at least that's what Fur told me.
Anyways, let's customize our weapons.
I do this.
Let's see, let's put this suppressor on there for now, just because. And let's make it pink. That's the only part we can make pink? That's disappointing.
Really? Timo, please. You gotta understand. I'm not. Here's the thing. Verd claims to have put me in charge of security. But, yeah, no, I was busy. I had other things I was doing before I showed up.
Here we go. I put a sniper rifle stock on my assault rifle. So it'll have better stability while moving. And I'm going to put a rifle scope on it instead of a dot sight. And yes, I am going to make everything as pink as I can.
Yes, because that's subtle. So, Timo, I was! Like, seriously, why is everybody always pointing fingers at me?
Ah, yes, pink camo.
Okay.
This is perfect for blending into no environments.
Maybe if you were in, like, a, I don't even know, like, maybe a stripper parlor or whatever the fuck you want to call those things. If there was, like, hot pink
You
all
don't know what a strip club is called?
Okay, I'm tired, okay? I'm tired. I can't... My words are not working tonight.
Except for... There we go, Barbie's dream house. For when we have to exterminate her.
Exterminate or just terminate?
Exterminate! Exterminate!
Funny enough, I think with the right sound effect on that, you could actually sound like one of the classic Daleks.
Yeah, I could. I just need to find a good ring modulator, which is the specific kind of effect that they used on the Dalek voice.
Yeah.
Well, I have a ring modulator plugin that I can use. I just need to find the right settings for it.
Right, Scuzzy.
I'm Mad Dog Barbie. Let's go on a mission together. Come on. And for shits and giggles, let's put a suppressor on this machine gun. Because, you know, you need to be sneaky when firing high-velocity, armor-penetrating bullets at people. It turns from Daka 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 to Daka Daka Daka. They don't let you customize the rocket launchers anymore, from what I can tell. But you used to be able to put silencers on the rocket launchers, which was not intended. Silence the RPGs, yeah. It turns them from RPGs to ASM RPGs.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
Now we pull the trigger. Kaboom. Got them. There's your ASMR for the night. Do with that what you will. Just don't make it weird. Well, if you're gonna make it weird, don't let me know about it.
Please select a
Hold on. Quiet, booty. Yes, very nice.
Please select heading to Mother Base.
Now we can return to Mother Base. Get a shower, and then I'll call it a night. Yeah, I deserve that. Like I said, I am not okay for quiet, and I am out and proud about not being okay for quiet. To be fair, I'm also not okay for Big Boss. I mean, it was a very innocent pose. Yeah, she's just doing some yoga stretches. I've done poses like that before when I'm doing yoga.
He means yogurt. No, yoga.
She was trying to see what
Sorry,
the pilots were doing. Yeah, it was an innocent pose. It's just the outfit that made it seem not innocent, but she wasn't trying to be seductive. Besides, right now she ain't too keen on Big Boss, even though she's keen enough on him to not kill him when she gets the chance. And as Ocelot has said, she's had plenty of chances.
Ah, yes, completely innocent.
Does that mean she gets fed to the Sharkticons?
Hell if I know. I don't make the rules.
To be fair, the Quintessons barely have rules to begin with. The only rules are that the Quintessons are always right.
Yep.
It's like Calvin Ball. Welcome back to the Love Hotel. It's Mother Base Ocelot. Potato, potato. Want to practice CQC together? Let's see. Oh, that was a emblem up there, not a blueprint. Well, that's that mystery solved.
Please the landing zone.
Right, come pick me up, Pequod. Nah, I haven't. You know that I'm not going to equip it with Rite of the Valkyries. It's not shitposty enough.
I will do that any chance I get, okay?
Well, you can do that when you stream Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
Given that I might ever stream Metal Gear 5,
it's on PS4.
Pain. Oh.
It was it was the best version of it apart from PC is on PS4.
Oh, okay.
And nowadays you can buy it as the definitive edition, which includes all the DLC as well as Ground Zeroes all in one package, and it's all in one launcher, so like you don't have to install two separate games.
Okay, cool.
Are the boys starting to realize that D-Dog was a wild puppy that Snake kidnapped? No. The puppy was like you know, it was instinctive. It imprinted on Big Boss when he first saw him, and that's why Big Boss took him home with him via Fulton. But yes, that's going to do it for tonight because I've got more shit to do tomorrow. Let's get back on over here. Exit out of the game. And see who we're gonna raid tonight. I mean, my discovery of D-Dog was less happy, sort of. Oh. I mean, I'm afraid of how you could be less happy discovering D-Dog. Dee-Dee's such a good boy. He's the goodest boy. Alright, let's see who we're raiding tonight.
Let's see. Nah, not tonight. Maybe next time.
Let's see. We're going to raid someone, another VTuber who is streaming Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. We are going to raid Pimjack, who has a really, really detailed model with some impressive tracking. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to JKR for co-hosting with me tonight. I'll be back on Sunday with some more Phantom Pain. Go give Pimjack my warmest welcomes. And until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, we're the boys of chorus. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Good night, everybody.